Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Comic Book Geezers. I'm your host Pete, and my co-host...
I'm Wild Bill, the Unknown Comic. Well, thank you for joining us again to another episode of Comic Book Geezers. Today we're going to tackle Omega the Unknown.
Kind of an offbeat character that appeared in Marvel Comics in 1977. Only ran for 10 issues.
That's probably his unknown.
Yeah, exactly. A very offbeat character. I think this book, and again, I collected most of them when I was a kid, and I remember reading them, and I was thinking, there's something...
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it kind of was like a strange series that really touched on a lot of kind of like social issues and things like that. And the character, first of all, didn't speak, which
Go
was
ahead.
strange.
Well, what I was going to say is my only issue was issue 10, his last issue, and I didn't know it at the time, but it had no cover. It was a hand-me-down from somebody, and I don't have it. I think I gave it away.
Okay.
But, I thought, again, in the late 70s, Marvel was coming out with a lot of different titles, I think, to try and generate sales. You had Omega the Unknown,
Machine Man,
Devil Dinosaur, 2001: A Space Odyssey. A lot of it was Kirby stuff, but Omega the Unknown was different. We had Jim Mooney was the artist. Steve Gerber was the writer.
Who, of course, wrote Howard the Duck, the initial Howard
So
the
why
Duck.
don't you show them the first issue
first
number one?
And pretty cool. So basically, he was an alien. Omega the Unknown was an alien who got chased out of his old planet by this race of like machine creatures or these robot men,
now,
robot
this
aliens.
Character down here, this kid was it Gene Michael? What's his name?
I think so. Yeah, John Michael. Something like that. Yeah.
So this kid's handicapped, crippled, but he has like a mental connection with Omega. And what happens is he dreams and relives the tragedies that Omega went through.
Yeah.
So he kind of is on the same page with Omega.
And so when Omega finally winds up on Earth, they have like this connection. So whenever trouble happens with the kid, Omega would show up.
And again, Marvel, I don't know, want to help boost the sales, so we put a popular character in, the Hulk.
In issue number 2, no less. So
Yeah.
how bad were the sales for issue number 1 is my question.
This, by far, is my favorite cover out of all 10 issues.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And I'm a big Hulk fan, but just to give you an idea, I'll show you on the inside. We get the Hulk involved.
Funny thing is, we were just looking at this, and actually the cover is better than any of the battles that go on the inside. It's like the cover art is great. It's like, wow, epic battle.
But
Not so
still,
much.
for the late 70s, it's still a good book. And you have another classic villain right up here, Electro.
Yeah.
Let me get a close-up there for you.
That's
Electro's in it, so they bring him in because he's going to be in the third issue.
Yeah, and here he is right here. Okay. A more classic Marvel villain you cannot find, right? He's
Great cover there.
awesome. So they're, again, hoping that bringing in this popular villain will boost the sales. And again, the Omega storyline takes place in New York City in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah. This is issue 4. Again, good artwork, I think, for the covers.
Yeah.
Again, I give Marvel credit for branching out with different storylines. It's unfortunate that he only went 10 issues.
So this is issue number 5. And again, you'll notice up here, the two main characters here. You've got Omega the Unknown and the child. And for the most part...
a teenager, really.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like, the kid that gets picked on, doesn't have any friends.
And I believe his parents get killed, and he winds up going into a foster home.
He's introverted, very much so.
He really is. And, anytime anything happens with him, Omega would show up and help out. But they never would converse or anything, obviously, because Omega
doesn't talk. But this is another great cover.
So who's that villain? It almost looks like Mr. Hyde, but I don't think it is.
No, I don't know if it's on the cover. I read this like a year ago. I don't remember. But badass character, that's for sure. Hey, look at the giant monkey wrench in his hand as a weapon. And this is issue 6. And then we have issue 7 right here. I think most of these at a flea market for $1 a piece.
Yeah.
Not bad.
These are not high-in-demand comics, so you can buy
You can get these affordable. You can get all 10 issues for like maybe $20,
yeah.
$25, $30 tops.
Tops. Number 8. So again, here, let's bring in another classic villain. So we got Nitro here, who many of you will remember us showing you fought Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
So, and this is number 8.
9. That's 8.
Yep.
This is number 9. Again, another... Who is this guy?
I don't know. He almost looks like the Sandman. Either a Sandman or Wonder Man.
This dude was... he was a criminal.
Yeah.
And Omega kept showing up. Like, this guy was like a bank robber. I forget his name, but I'm looking at this guy, and he reminds me of the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah, the guy. That's right. The guy in the wrecking crew.
In the green.
Yeah, he's got.
But that guy's got the ball, right?
Yeah,
the steel ball.
I forget his name. Yeah.
Yeah, the Crusher maybe was.
It might be the Crusher. Yeah.
But yeah, this guy was a bank robber, and he's actually shows up in a couple different issues, and Omega's always there to challenge this guy, and he's like, "Why do you keep getting in my way?" You know. But definitely good confrontation scenes. This is the last.
This is it. Issue number 10.
So that's what the cover looks like.
Yep.
I had this without a cover for years. I always wondered what it would be.
I believe
like.
they kill him off in this issue, but they kind of leave the storyline open, and then Steve Gerber got fired from Marvel.
No way.
Unceremoniously.
Really? Because of this book?
I don't know if it's because of that
bad
book.
Sales? Bad idea?
Honestly, I don't know. They got into some kind of...
He must have believed in the character. I'm sure Steve must have stuck to his guns about the character.
Probably, yeah.
Right?
Well, he had that. They had an issue with some of the storylines he was doing for Howard the Duck as well. So I think Steve really wanted to do some like genre pushing storylines, and Marvel was kind of like, "Hey, we need to sell books. We need to appeal to kids." And this is some pretty grown up stuff for if you're a 10, 12-year-old kid reading comics.
Yeah.
So he winds up getting fired. They don't really finish the storyline, but then they try to tie it up in an issue with the Defenders, but it really doesn't get tied up.
Here's a Defender.
There you go.
I just have to show this off again. I hope you don't mind.
So Omega the Unknown just kind of disappears into the annals of Marvel
And
lore.
there's a movie in the works. No, I just made that up.
Yeah, definitely not. Really, Omega the Unknown. Who the hell is that? So, yeah. I've really kind of unknown minor character, but
I think what hurt him is that he doesn't speak.
Yeah, that just doesn't work.
I mean, he was a good character when he showed up on the scene of the crime, but.
Well, just think about it. Look at a character like the Hulk, who doesn't talk a lot, but talks, and every time he talks, you listen because he's always some.
Yeah, the mentality of a child. But at least if this guy had some dialogue, it might have caught on with fans.
Well, put it into context. So think about Black Bolt from the Inhumans, who also did not speak, but he had the whole cast
around him that talked and spoke for him.
Could you imagine if it was just him? That wouldn't have worked.
No, it wouldn't have.
Right?
So maybe, anyway, I think it was a great attempt, but I think it needed to be tweaked a little. But it's sad that Omega the Unknown did not last.
No.
So anyway, that wraps up this episode of Omega the Unknown for Comic Book Geezers. I'm Wild Bill Sam. Thanks for being with us.
And I'm Pete. Thanks for watching. Make sure to send us your comments. Tell us if you like this, if you want to see some more obscure stuff. And,
we'll look forward to hearing from you.
Yep.
Thanks again. Take care.
Bye-bye.